Hi, everybody.
Hello there.
Jerry
And Linda. And Gizmo.
and Gizmo are here. We're the Newcomers, so we bring you topics each week that are of interest to retirees, and particularly retirees that want to move to Central Florida or the Villages. Some people move south and love it. And some people move south and say, whoa, what did I do?
Yeah.
This video is part one of a two-part series. You may not like this part because this is going to be negative. But before you write in and bash us for being so negative, which we're really positive, aren't we?
I think we are usually.
Is your glass half full or half empty?
Half full.
You sure?
I think so.
Okay. Be sure and watch both parts because part two will deal with the counterpoint. We're not going to get into politics. We're going to talk about life here in Florida as a whole, based mainly upon comforts and things that we need to be happy here.
Right.
We're talking about the weather.
The facilities, the things around us, the clubs and activities.
Entertainment, infrastructure, things like that. Some of you will write in after you see this first segment and say, why don't you just go home if you don't like it? We're not saying we don't like it. We're just giving you an eye-opener. These are some things that you might miss if you move to Florida, Central Florida, the Villages. One thing that comes to mind for me, and I know for Linda too, are hills.
Yes.
If you like hills, if you like mountains, if you like valleys, you're not going to find those things here in Florida. This is a very flat state.
It is. It is. Falling leaves. You're going to miss the seasons. You're not going to see a lot of the beautiful red and the yellow and the gold and the orange. And we get cooler nights, but not too cold.
That's right. We had a farm in Indiana, the most beautiful place you can imagine. You know, there are pros and cons to everywhere. Hills are a good thing about Indiana and very scenic and beautiful, and we miss those. The water here, if you like to turn on your faucet and get some nice cold water to drink, you're probably going to be a little bit disappointed here because our water is warm all year round.
Right.
Florida is a warm place. The ground is all sand. The water pipes are in the sand. It's never what I would call cold water, would you?
If you want cold water to drink, you go to your refrigerator, and hopefully you have one of those that puts out the dispensed water.
Yeah, the thing about water here, I thought it was fine. She didn't like it.
Yeah.
We had to buy a water purifier for the house to make it so that she would like it. And now we get all of our drinking water through the refrigerator, which is cold. So it's not a big deal, but if you like it cold out of the tap, you're not going to get it here. If you like to hide under your clothes like I do, as I pick up pounds and get heavier.
I didn't know what you meant by that for a minute. If you like to hide under your clothes. I was just picturing you doing a hide
Well,
and seek.
actually, sometimes the laundry room builds up so high that you could hide under your clothes.
No, it doesn't.
No, I mean, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But here, you're not going to wear too much clothes. You know, back in Indiana, I had cowboy boots and lots of blue jeans and jackets and vests and coats and gloves and
Fashion boots. My brown pair and my black pair, up to the knees. You know, they're not being worn, and they won't unless you take them on a vacation somewhere. But who wants to carry those in the luggage for the weight of it? You know.
yeah. If you vacation, you'll want to save a little bit of that, but we don't use it. We don't use any heavy clothes. We wear shorts every single day down here. Even in December and January and February, we're still wearing shorts.
You will see that.
Now, you know, some days do get down in the 40s, and we save some clothes for that. And in fact, we spoke to it. We even use a heater in the golf cart
Yes.
once in a while. But most times, I'll say 95 days out of 100, maybe more than that, we're shorts and T-shirts.
Right.
You're going to miss your helpers.
Your handymen, the people that helped you back home that you've established for years and years, and their friends, and I know.
Your hairdresser.
You're going to miss my
You're going to miss your
I
hairdresser.
miss her terribly.
Your barber. Your we lived in the same community for 40 years or more. Well, for our whole lives, but in the same small community for 40 years. We had a mechanic, we had a plumber, we had an electrician. I had a heating and air conditioning guy. I had the greatest lawn guy in the world. When we moved here, we had nothing.
No. We'll establish those friendships here.
We
though.
have, and we already have. I've got a great handyman now. We've got a guy that does our electricity for us when we need something done electrical. You know, we're picking them up, and we've got a lawn service that we like. So you're going to find things, but it takes time. If you want to come down here, you'll get here, and you may be lost for a while.
Right.
Because you need to build back all those helpers that you appreciated so long back home, starting from scratch. Your doctor and dentist.
I still miss my dentist. we haven't found one here yet. We flew home last year, and we're supposed to fly back in October, but I don't really want to do that, so we got to get on the hunt.
No, we're probably going to go back one more time in October to have our yearly checkup, and he's gracious and said if we need fillings or anything like that, he'll work it in while we're there. But here, you know, you want to get a new dentist, you want to have a new doctor, and it's difficult. They have to mesh in with your insurance, etc. And the dentists here, some get a really bad rap. I mean, you go in for a cleaning, and next thing you know, they tell you need $18,000 worth of work. You know,
Yeah.
you have to establish trust with a new dentist, new doctors, and it takes time.
Yeah.
When you move here, you're going to leave your friends behind. You're going to leave your family behind.
Yes. That's a tough one.
You know, it is tough, and family's important. Our sons had moved away. Maybe yours haven't. Maybe your children are still local. The fact is, we didn't really have that many visits from family back there. We got together a couple times a year. We came down here and make new friends. We'll talk more about the positives of the moving in that regard in the next video. But basically, you're going to miss your old friends. Some will be happy for you and some won't. We miss the wildlife from southern Indiana. It's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, different wildlife here. You're going to miss the deer. We don't see deer like we used to see all the time.
I haven't hunted for 20 years, but back in the day, I loved to go to our farm. And if I wasn't a hunting deer, I was taking pictures.
Right.
And the deer population there is great. We've only seen one deer in
That was
2 years.
like the first month we were
In
here.
2 years, we've seen one deer, and it was a fawn. So we don't see many deer here in Florida. So if you like deer, you're not going to see them. If maybe you are an outdoor enthusiast and you like to shoot guns, I don't think I could try that around here.
No, I don't think so.
There's nowhere to go out. Back in Indiana, you know, we had the farm. We could go out and shoot anything we wanted, you know, as far as target shooting and make loud noises. Here, you're not going to be shooting out in the wild. So if you are a gun enthusiast, you're going to have to probably hang that up when you get here or use a private range.
A range, right.
A funny thing, one of my buddies here said last week that he'd lived here a year and he had not gone up or down the stairs one time in a year. He said, in fact, he hadn't even seen any stairs.
Well, is he going to miss that?
Well, it's a good exercise, but it's just something that for you to know. These homes are one level. I've got a 4-inch step off outside right there. We're in the lanai. There's probably a 3-inch step into the house. That's that far. That's nothing.
Yeah.
So there's no stairs. I just thought that's something funny to throw in.
Yeah. No, I don't miss running up and down the stairs to the laundry room or whatever.
Also, you'll miss when you move here. Life won't be so easy at first. When you want to renew your license, your driver's license, or get new license plates back where you're from, you know how to do that. You've done it many times. Here, it's a whole new learning process, a whole new learning curve. You know, you got to learn the do's and don'ts. Also for property tax, for your cable provider. All these things are new things you're going to have to do when you get here that you'll miss. Things were easy back home. Things were streamlined. Here, you're going to have to jump through some hoops and follow new directions and new rules. And
speaking of directions, you're going to miss landmarks because when I get in the golf cart or go in the car to go somewhere, A lot of places look alike in the villages. It's a lot of homes look alike. Now, where do I turn? Out of what village? And it's sometimes we have to look and see what village should we just get into or go out of. So,
That's true. The houses down here, there are models of homes. We live in an aspen. Somebody else may live in a woodside, or somebody might live in a mossy oak, or a begonia, or a gardenia, or a lily, or a lilac. And they do have subtle differences, but they look fairly similar.
they do.
And since everybody keeps their yard so nice, it's very uniform. I'll tell you a story. This is true. Last week, I went to my buddy down the street here, took Gizmo. We got out of the cart, we went up to the front door. I rang the doorbell. Nobody came to the door. I looked around. I thought, man, this looks a little different. I was at the house next door. I was at the wrong house. They look similar. Now, some people will put on very negative comments, cookie cutter houses, and they are different. They're different, but they're subtle differences, and they're all nice in our neighborhood anyway.
Yes.
So if you like varied architecture, lots of different styles of homes, easily identifiable, easily recognizable, you're going to miss that.
Yes.
You might miss your neighbor's 1945 Ford sitting out on concrete blocks in his side yard too, if you had something like that. Or an old swing set toppled over down the street that's been there for 2 years with weeds growing around it. You might miss that, but we don't miss those
We
things.
don't miss that. I think you're going to miss your restaurants, the places we frequent often.
We're in Florida, and I mean, there's a large Hispanic population with some great restaurants, but I haven't found one yet as good as Yellow Cactus up there in Floyd Knobs, Indiana. I liked Yellow Cactus. We got to find a Mexican restaurant as good.
Yes, I
We've been
know.
here 2 years. We haven't found one yet.
Israel's down back home was really good too. But yeah, you're going to miss those specialty restaurants back home.
Yeah, we missed Covert. It's a little restaurant just down the street from us back in Indiana with those pork tenderloins that are about this big, and they put a little bun on it, and it looks like
It's
comical.
ridiculous. It's comical.
It's funny. I miss that. You'll have restaurants at home you love. You come here, you got to start from scratch.
Yes.
You can always go to your Texas Roadhouse or your Carrabba's or
Yeah, they do have chain
Olive
restaurants,
Garden and
right?
things like that. But if you want the little neighborhood places, you're going to have to find them because you'll miss those from back home.
I miss some of my favorite shopping. I miss Dillard's. I miss the big malls, especially to walk around and have a lot of choices. Now it's little small strip malls, and you have to go drive to here or you got to go drive to there. I kind of miss that. You can go to a mall, but you'll have to go to either Ocala or where else are some of the other malls? Leesburg maybe has one. I don't know.
Yeah, my mall is really close. It's right there on my phone.
I know.
I go to Amazon.com,
I
boom,
know.
deal done.
No, I have to shop. I used to love those days where I can shop for a whole day.
Yeah, those are fun. Gizmo misses his veterinarian. We have to.
Aw.
We've been to a vet here. We went to a lousy vet here.
Oops.
She was
No
loud.
names.
No, I won't. But she wasn't good. She wasn't friendly. She didn't love him like we do. So we have to really find a good vet, and we'll work on that. But like when you move here, you got to have to find all those people that.
Yeah, you do. Your church. You're going to miss your home church. I really miss mine. Ours was a mega church. I went to a church that had like nearly 10,000 people at Christmas and Easter, but and real upbeat, very modern, contemporary, and I love that. You're not going to find that too much here.
Oh, you got your coffee shop, you got your cup holders, you got your soft seats. You
I
can walk
loved
a
being
little
pampered
bit,
at my church.
All the comforts. Here you're going to have to scout around. We went to several new churches. We've got one we've kind of picked out, but I mean, we're like the youngest people there.
Yes,
That's funny.
with color hair. No.
You're going to miss your church.
Yeah.
And you've heard us talk about it before. Storage. You are going to miss your storage. It's very limited here. You'll have a garage. You may have a 2-car garage with a golf cart. Now that's on the big side. A lot of some homes are just a 2-car garage. A villa might be a 1-car garage with a little bitty area in that garage for a golf cart. You're going to miss your storage. You're going to miss your sheds out back. I had a he shed.
Yeah. I thought it was a she shed.
We had a workshop. You're not going to have a workshop It's just at a minimum down here.
Yes.
What about you for food? And we bought this house literally because there was a closet she could use for a pantry.
Yes, Jerry was great for me back home. I mean, he built two pantries for me in the kitchen. So one was for canned goods and stuff, and the other was for it was great. It was wonderful. So when we got here, the owner previous had put a pantry in the hall closet near the bedrooms.
Well, it's right off the kitchen.
Yeah, it is.
Right off the kitchen.
It was supposed to be probably a linen closet, but it was perfect for 3 steps from the kitchen to go get other things. So it's huge, and I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, when you get ready to move down here, start selling things, and when you think you're done, sell some more.
So more. That's right.
So those are things we think you're going to miss when you move here. There are more. We'll think of more. As soon as we end this video, we'll think of some more that we could have put on there.
Yeah.
Things you're going to miss when you move to the villages. We're going to talk in part 2 about things you won't miss when you move here. And we think that'll be fun.
Right. Until next time.
See you when you get here.